sophomore speeches today, so announcements, try to keep them brief. And
tomorrow will be mismatch day. Today in the gym will be the 8th and 9th versus the 10th graders in dodgeball. Tomorrow will be 11th versus 12th, and then Friday will be the winners versus the winners. Each day, 10 points.
Yes.
Mismatch fashion disaster day tomorrow. Yes.
And then we are going to be outside at the flagpole.
Yeah, just really quick after break.
Yeah. So
I'm really excited. I got some great news. So she's really excited too. So let's practice. Yay! York School has been granted a license to host a TEDx event. Now, and you all know, because you all grew up in the sort of TED world, where the TED Talks are probably the world's most famous opportunity to share something you're passionate about and interested in and excited about in 5 minutes. And you're going to get that opportunity here when TEDx comes to York School. That will be April the 1st. No fooling. No fooling. April the 1st. And we want it to be, of course, about you. We want you to be in the audience, but more importantly, we want you to be on the stage. So, unfortunately, 225 TEDx talks in a row would be tough for even the patient, engaged, interested York audience. So, we're going to ask you to apply, submit a proposal, and among other things, commit to working with a little team here. We've got some people on staff who've got some experience with these kinds of talks, all through the month of March. But first we want to see who's out there and who wants to do something. You don't even have to have the really specific idea now, because you could apply, get yourself a spot, and then work on it as your passions and interests develop. So, go to york.org/TED or TEDx. Take a look at the information that's posted there. The deadline for your proposal is February the 2nd. That's the Monday we come back to school after 2 weekends from now. So, you are about to be the stars of TEDx York School. Yay!
I have a list. I'm going to make sure I can get through it quickly. Okay, so meditation 2 o'clock today and tomorrow, 12:30 on Friday, for those of you who would like to join me in my office. Thursday tutorial, in other words, tomorrow's B-Day tutorial. I would love to meet with those of you who have expressed interest in the Peer Helper program to answer any questions or to give you some more information, to encourage you to complete your application, to facilitate that a little bit. Also, I wanted to point out that since I came back, I've been looking for stuff around campus to pick up. I managed to pick up something yesterday. I can only say thank you so much. This place looks beautiful, and I know that that's due to your fabulous leaders, Austin and Renelle, but I really know that it's due to the work that each of you does every day to keep this place looking lovely. So thank you very, very much. And then the only other thing I wanted to mention is that if you were in Ms. Stokes' PATH group, since we will be having a PATH meeting, the small group meeting on Monday, I would love to just check in with you. I'll be outside for a few minutes right after break and talk to you about where you want to go. Okay? Thank you.
Greetings. In order for us to have a girls softball team in the next season, we need to have some committed athletes sign up no later than Friday. Right now, I think we have 8 or 9. Is that correct? We need to have about 12 to make a go of it. We're spending a lot of time tuning up the field out here, but we need some able-bodied female athletes that want to commit to it. Should be a lot of fun. We have 2 superb coaches. So please get a hold of them before Friday. We have a coaches meeting next Monday, and there's no reason for our coaches to go and spend the night talking about softball if we don't have enough people to actually have a team. Thank you.
I have the list of people who have signed up for the AMC. It is on February 3rd. You will miss your first and second period classes. I was wrong, it's not a B day, it's a C day. You do need to ask permission from your first and second period C day teachers. And please check to make sure if you signed up that you're on the list, or if you are on the list and you do not want to participate anymore, please email me and let me know. But that is Tuesday, February 3rd at 8:30 in the theater.
I also have some great news about some talented students who also work very hard, and that is that Michelle Vu and Jonathan Vu have been accepted to the All-State Honor Orchestra.
Hi everyone. Today I will speak something about the benefits as an international student. So I will not talk about my experience, but some dry stuff you will extract if you join an international program or live or study abroad. So first is growth. International experience can be an accelerated growth. And also you have to make a lot of decisions yourself. So that will help you to be decisive in the accelerated way. And also you will enjoy your life and gain the support without parents, except monetary support. And also to study abroad gives you a different platform for you to show your talent or just for you to enjoy. And also there's and you will know that there's a lot of conflicts between nations. In my viewpoint, I think the conflicts are caused by people don't understand each other. So the things get much worse if people don't communicate with each other or people don't try to communicate. So if you are in a different environment, you would probably think in a way that you are not thinking originally. So you consider the other people's viewpoints. So that might help you to understand why these international conflicts would happen and why would you think this would exist. And also to study abroad will expand your experience. Not to you guys, maybe not to be in the first world or something like that. Also, there's a culture experience. Like some people who love French culture would enjoy the life in France, or the Japanese culture just to live in Tokyo or Kyoto. And but I think there are three more things that is especially important. The first is getting along with people. So to survive in this society is all about to deal with people. So you get along with all sorts of different people and their thoughts, and try to make a conclusion and a solution. And the other is to deal with things under pressure. You will have to deal with things that solve the problems under pressure. This is really important when you get to work or when you go to college. And I think the most important thing is to gain independence. So the experience to live abroad is all about independence. You get independent and more independent through living abroad. So Ms. Sanford will give you further information for the international programs. So at least try to spend several weeks in Japan.
A few weeks ago when I mentioned these study abroad programs, Chris came to me and he said, they're not going to understand it until they're doing it. And he was willing to say a couple words about what it's like to study abroad. So thank you very much, Chris. If any of you if you think you're ever going to be interested in studying abroad, for a 3-week program, a 4-week program, a summer program, or even if you're interested in year programs, there's a person coming today at 2:45 in here. It's an early release day. So come in here and you'll get to hear about these scholarship programs that we have. I'll put some posters up to remind you. She's going to present again at 7 o'clock in the evening. For parents, if your parents can come to the student program in the afternoon, that works for us too. If you're in a soccer game and can't come to the afternoon one, you can come to the evening one with parents. So in here, learn about these summer study abroad programs, the application process, the scholarships, and just keep to open your eyes for kind of how the ropes go, how it works for future thoughts of traveling abroad. Thanks. Oh. The Rotary Club of Carmel Valley is looking for 5 people to serve at a crab feed. It's a fundraiser. It's this Saturday, the 24th, from 4:30 to 9. Should be a lot of fun. You might actually get to eat some crab. Grab a couple of friends. This is on the service board. Rotary supports a lot of local charities as well as a lot of international programs such as helping eradicate polio and water in countries that don't have water. Lots of really good things, so they could really use some support in their fundraiser. Thanks.
Okay, really quick, the Youth Arts Collective is having a show at the Monterey Museum of Art. We're having an opening this Friday. It's from 6 to 8:30. I know some York students are Yaxters, and it's been around for about 15 years, and I was one of the first Yaxters. It's an alumni show, and it's going to have some really nice art, so if you guys want to come down, I'd love to see you there.
I absolutely despise spiders, as many of you do too, I'm sure. And I've had my fair share of spine-tingling spider encounters. Lovely experiences, such as having a friend tell me there's a spider crawling on my face as I slept. Or feeling a crawling sensation on the back of your neck, reaching back to flick it off, only to realize that I was touching a spider, followed by a jump and a loud shriek. Throughout my brief 15 years on this spider-ridden planet, whenever I've come into contact with the spider, I have squealed quite high-pitched and asked for adults to dispose of the abhorrent creature before me with the utmost urgency. However, in recent years, I have re-examined my fear of the satanic arachnids more closely. I have come to the realization that my fear is solely based on misconception. In fact, I have never been attacked or hurt by a spider in any way. The only reason I'm afraid is because they make them out to be much scarier than they actually are. I've partially overcome my fear of the fanged fiends and no longer call for their immediate destruction. And although I will never touch a spider, I have a greater respect for them. Take, for example, one of my longtime foes, the daddy long-legged spider, or the cellar spider. In 6th grade, there was a myth that they had extremely toxic venom, but their teeth were too small to puncture human skin, preventing them from injecting their deadly drool. When I heard this tall tale, I 100% believed it. I was terrified of them, but my terror was solely based on them being harmful. Upon further inspection, I noted that they constantly take out wolf spiders that are quite big and very abundant in my house. Besides cleaning up all the wolf spiders from my house, I also noted on one occasion that a cellar spider had taken out and eaten a black widow spider. No joke. It was a huge relief to see a spider I thought was dangerous take out a spider I know to be dangerous. So this tiny 8-legged web spinner actually protected me from a real threat. A spider who could have actually done some real harm to me. Whenever I feel afraid of anything, I remind myself of my long-standing fear of spiders. And I ask myself a simple question. Is my fear based on any real experience, or is it just my imagination running wild? Most often, my imagination creates fear where none should be.
This may be hard to believe, but there was once a time when I did not wear snapbacks. There was a time when I did not walk everywhere with my shirt off. And there was a time when I would not brag to my friends how many likes my latest picture, starring me, got on Instagram. This time in which the story takes place is middle school. We all know it well. Voices crack, people change, bodies morph. We gain friends, maybe lose some, we put on a few pounds, or perhaps drop some. We are first awkwardly introduced to the reproductive system by our quirky 6th grade teacher. But more importantly, we start discovering who we are as a person. We start worrying about our grades, our looks, our athletic skill, or our personality. And, unlike every other child my age, I was worried about all of the above. When there were no snapbacks, I would whip my hands in the morning and glue the hair to the sides of my face. A shirt was a must when I left the house, for I was skinny on the arms and legs, but wider in the stomach region. And I was not yet introduced to the mind control device that is the iPhone. The 5th grade me was a shorter, quieter, more antisocial version of who I am now. But this would all change when we were assigned a skit to perform in front of the entire school. Not only the entire school, but the grandparents and parents in front of the entire, of every class as well. My first reaction was a natural one. Fear. The 5th grade me had never spoken in front of an audience of more than 5. Rehearsals started the very next class, for the very next class requested by me. I was not yet ready to be humiliated in front of the entire school. The dreaded Grandparents' Day was upon us. After rehearsing for a week, I had talked more than I had in a month. Now all our hard work and child play boiled down to the single 2 minutes. I slowly crawled up to the mic. I felt hundreds of eyes piercing the very depths of my soul, and my heart was beating rapidly. I vaguely remember what I said those next few minutes. Something along the lines of bombshells and Ghirardelli chocolate. But more importantly, the response I received would change my personality to this day. I was greeted with the roar of rather sympathetic laughter. But for me, hearing those people chuckle and grin was satisfying and flattering. After the response of the audience, I simply smiled on the stage with a Cheshire Cat grin, relieved that my few lines were finally over. That moment felt like I had finally broken out of an eggshell that I had hidden myself in my entire life. And, curiously enough, that is the story of how you got confident modern-day me. This is Teo Sinico as of January 21st, 2015. Behold the fun-loving, random person I am. As for the rest of you, I believe you should keep on being yourself. What's wrong with being loud and obnoxious? No harm in making people smile every day. What's wrong with being shy and quiet? Maybe you could tell the loud people to mellow it down. No matter what your personality is, just be you. You will glow just as bright as the person sitting next to you. So, as for me, I will keep on telling people to join the water polo and swim teams. I will continue walking around with a bare chest. And no matter what anybody says, I think I'll be keeping this on backwards.
Yesterday, the girls' basketball team had a game against Ansar, and we won! 23-17. It was a really good game. Girls, you have another game tomorrow at Oakwood at 4:30. You don't have to get out of class early. And join softball. Yes!
Alright, we have like 5 seconds. I'm going to push you.
Okay, so as Teo said, it's almost time for swim season. We have a meeting today in Mr. Fink's room. Everybody should come. Yeah!
The girls' soccer had a game against Trinity and we won 4-0. And we have a game today against Marina at CSUMB. Get out of class at 2 o'clock. And there is a Q&A meeting today during lunch before.
Go,
International Club and Game Club, we're going to take your pictures. So meet me at the flag.
You know who I am and you know why I'm here and you know who you are. CHS at lunch in the underworld.
Inductions tomorrow, 11:40 in the theater. Your parents are invited. Eat first.
9th grade is having a movie night on Friday at 6:15. Pizza starts selling the movie after 7:15. Please come as mission.
thing called REACH. It's a great volunteer program. You get service learning hours, and it's helping special kids play basketball and have a good time. So, pamphlets on the bulletin.
Awesome. All right, yes, go to class.